I'm gonna get to the share, pick up the photos. Okay. I'm sorry I sent it out pretty quickly and I didn't put the grayscale on it for you guys. Um, sorry about that. So here we go. This is, oops, this is the scene you guys got without the grayscale. And as you can see, you got the chair facing to the left. You got a nice the tree behind it, pretty nice. You can tell the whites are temperatures are quite different from the chair to the tree, so they separate out pretty well. The blue in the chair back, has a nice reflective sky color to it, and it's really cool to see that. Let's see. But overall, there's a lot of really great things going on in this. But what I'm problem I'm having, oops, see, keep switching is this area up here. We're facing this way, and you have this whole area here, and it should be really pretty. I mean, it's telling you there should be something right here in the painting, and there isn't. It's just some tall grasses and tops of the tree coming down. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this area here, over here, bring it over here and blow it up and put it in here, and take this area and bring it over there. Put some grasses there if you want. I don't, do whatever you want there. That was what I was wanting to do. Let me see about this. So, well, can't do that either. Okay. So this is what I did. And I just did it real quick in Photoshop. I did exactly what I told you, what I was going to do. I was over what was over in this area and blew it up over here.
Will you be sending us that, James?
No, only I get this. You guys have to fight for it.
And how do we do that?
You're ready to go. Get the claws out, right? I could probably send this to you. I could put it up there and see about that. Let me see. I'm not sure exactly how to do it right now, but I can try to send it to you. If you're not going to paint till tomorrow, I can send it to you tonight.
But, yeah, no problem.
But otherwise, basically all I'm doing is trying to say is I was going to take and make this area blue, take and put in, knock all those greens down, and just make it more lake, which is what the painting should be about anyway. The lake, the chair, the tree. Then you got three nice things going on. And there also is the little lighthouse back there too, which is really will help this painting a lot. The grass, the lighting, really good lighting. These long shadows are very interesting because of all the warm light, cool shadows. So you can start to see some of the blue in the shadows here into the green. Maybe we'll go a little more purple with them, push it a little bit. Same with the tree up here. Instead of being too green, maybe we'll go a little more impressionistic with it. Add a few little more complementary colors of purples and maybe a couple reds and oranges in there. That kind of stuff. And try to bring this to a little bit more to life. I think that's what I was thinking about. We will be using palette. We're not going to be paint the whole thing with palette knife. We don't have to do that. But I think the palette knife will come in really handy on a lot of things, especially when you start doing straight edges and things like that. You know, you can do those pretty easy. A lot of times, just scraping off areas on the tree, bark and stuff. You can create a lot of nice textures, bark textures, pretty simply, which is always what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a simple way to do it. Kind of goes with how I paint and think. So keeping it that way, you know, just falls in line pretty well. Yeah. Oh, that's about it. I mean, you know, so you can see how I just took that area and just blew it up, put it over there. So, and still kept some of the trees in there, tree interest in there. So it should work out pretty well. You know, if you want to do anything else you might think about doing is taking the lighthouse, maybe bringing it over here a little bit more. That might help balance out this composition because you got a lot of weight here and things down there. But just one little thing over there might, you know, balance out these things. Because a lot of times what you're looking for in these compositions is something, you know, like I said, to balance out the composition. So it's usually heavy things on one side, little light thing on the other side to balance it out. It's like the elephant and the mouse, you know, and it's always those are always nice, good, clean compositions. Okay. Any more questions? All right. Good job.
I won't be staying, Jim. I'm exhausted, but
how can you be exhausted? How can you be exhausted? Okay.
Well, it was a wonderful trip, and I just want to thank you and your wife and Anne Marie.
Oh,
you know, it
You're here.
Was fabulous.
It was wonderful.
It was. It was
thank
wonderful.
you.
But I am completely wiped out.
Oh, I got a jumping jack. I know. I was just basically walking around the whole time talking to you guys. So I got plenty of painting to do left in me. So I understand. No, but we had a great time. That was we went to a nice supper club that night, and it was really fun. So next year, guys, you guys can all go next year. Make it next year, maybe. All right. But thanks again. All right, let's go over to the palette and we will start throwing some paint together and see what we come up with on this one. We want some big ideas on this one. But I understand if you guys don't want to paint. I know Lisa didn't even show up. That's why I made this one like a free one. Because I figured you guys wasn't fair for you guys to come and, you know, put up with us all weekend and then be forced to paint again, which, you know, is a lot. So, one second, I got to get this thing all set up. All right. There we go. All right. So, got that. Got my knife here. One colors, brand new colors out. Got titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red, and cad orange. Cad red light, cad orange. This is ochre, yellow, light ochre. So you can see it's just a little bit lighter. Just happened we were playing with that this weekend and it turned out to have some really nice qualities in some of the plein air. So I thought I'd try it out again, put it out here. Oxide red light. This is a alizarin crimson or rose madder deep if you are a Rembrandt person. Cobalt blue hue by Utrecht. Phthalo green with the blue hue on the blue side, blue shade. And this is, again, transparent oxide red. So we got regular oxide red light and we got transparent oxide red. That's always going to be a little tough to talk to you guys about. And then of course we're going to have a lot of bristle brushes. We're going to have some big brushes to use, which will come in real handy. So colors. Looking at this, the darkest colors are going to be in these shadows here and underneath the chair, and a few in the front. You're going to want them in the front here a lot because of what we want to do is create contrast right in here. So so the grass will come towards us a little bit and recede. So you gotta have contrast. So you need darks against lights, bright ones, right in here, so we can get that grass to flatten out and lay back. Because we got to get it to lay back, and then same with the water. We got to get that water to plane out too. A lot of different greens in the trees too. So basically, then we've got some lighter colors, a lot of lighter yellows, yellow whites, and cooler whites, and some purple whites, and still some warmer ones back in here too. But they're totally different. These are have a little more red in them on the tree, so we'll be doing that. So let's get going here. We'll start putting out some of these colors. Like I said, we'll start off with the reds, the green reds and stuff. Definitely alizarin and phthalo green would be a great one to start with at the bottom of this painting. So I think really on the alizarin side would be really nice to have. And I might do this same thing in blue too, because that's a lot of, these two are exact same. So that means this one needs to go a little bit more green.
So sorry, that's a blue and alizarin.
No, this is phthalo green and alizarin.
Okay.
But I'm going to do the same thing with blue.
Oh, okay.
No worries. But I'm going to do the greens first to keep them separated from the blues so I can find them quickly. So I'm going to look at that. Definitely need that. I need a little bit warmer ones. So I'm going to use a couple of these reds again into it. Let's start off with some transparent oxide red and phthalo green. That's a nice one because the transparent oxide red is a lot like burnt sienna. Has a lot of the same qualities that burnt sienna has. I think it's just not even quite as on the red side as burnt sienna. It's a little bit more on the yellow side. So it can come in handy. Yeah, I'm going to need some nice greens at the end too. I mean, we got a lot of green, and to put that in, make it kind of special, you need that darkness, dark green underneath to put that light lime green on top, right? So that's what these guys are coming in. Now I was thinking about some regular purple ones too. So let's go with this. I want to go blue again. Like I said, go blue and alizarin. Definitely going to need that color. That's going to probably end up being, when we get a lot of white into it, be a lot of the shadow color. So it's going to be really on the blue, almost barely any alizarin in it. So on this one, it's going to be on the alizarin side. I'm just going to take a little bit of that, put it in the blue, really keep the blue almost blue. Brilliant. Keep the blue almost blue. Hey, who would have thunk of that, right? We're going to need some other colors. Let's go to the water. definitely some phthalo green and blue together. That water and sky difference. Water's a lot darker than the skies, but we're gonna need both these two together. We'll look at a couple different concentrations of these colors for those things, adding them maybe just a little bit of red into them. Little things, gray them out. Should be fun. You might find them in, definitely you might even find these guys in some of these stronger shadows in here in the sky. You can probably find a few stronger ones. You're gonna find some nice ones up in here. I think I'm gonna mix one more color of those two, that color too. So blue, and I'm gonna keep it on the green side. I might put a little, take this and put some yellow in it and see about getting some interesting greens. This might end up being, as you can see, just a little bit more green. And this one would be just different than that one. So I'm going to take both these guys down with some white. We'll probably get a lot of the water out of these colors. I got a lot of sand in my paints. We were painting on sand dunes this weekend. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so we're going to get a lot of greens out of this. Got a lot of blues, got some purples out of here. They're all so far going to work pretty well together. And then we're going to find some, you know, when we add some yellow to these things, we're going to get lots of really nice greens. Okay, so let's say I'm looking at this, I'm pretty good except for some of the warmer colors I need, but I can't get them from these guys. So let's take and split these piles down a little bit. I'm thinking about yellows, adding yellow to these colors, except for maybe the blues over here, blues and purple greens over here. Maybe just these first ones. Maybe not all this. I like these phthalo greens and stuff here. I don't want to add too much. Yeah, I'm going to add yellow. Okay, I'm going to just add yellow to them. Let's say value-wise, squishing at that. You guys probably don't have a value chart, but they would be right around 8. That's not like a whole lot of yellow added to them. So adding yellow instead of white in these greens here. And then we'll add white into the blues. And that should take care of, that should get us to the water. And then we'll take a little bit more white and add it in there. And we should get the sky out of that. That was just a little too much yellow. But I think I'm going to take all these colors, brighten them up one more time. As you can see, oh, that's an interesting color. That's what happens when you put alizarin and blue and yellow together. You get a nice, you know, khaki brown, which is not what I wanted. Since I was talking, I kind of passed up what I was thinking about. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of white into these to 8. So it's just a little bit of white. We're gonna get some purples and stuff. They're gonna need to go also. When we take these things up, they're gonna need to come up to like 4s to get these blues. So this blue right here, I'm thinking we're gonna have a lot of white added to it. But I think, you know, I want to have it kind of dark for a few things. You know, it might be even too dark yet, but I like to start and keep these things at the same value, and then we'll switch them up. Definitely, we start to get the water out of this one. It should be really nice out of this one. This one might end up being more sky even. Yeah. Sorry, just too much white. Okay, so definitely going to end up being sky this color. That's what we're gonna be switching. This could be main sky, this will be main water. But we're gonna need to keep these kind of dark, especially this green here. When you start to put it in between these leaves and stuff, it's gonna have to be a couple a value or so darker than it is. So, but no, it needs to be a value darker than anything over here in the plain air. Because sky holes are always darker than anything else. So we can use that as sky hole, probably just lighten it up a little bit for the main main sky. Okay. Get rid of that. All right. It said I was going to take these down. I'm not sure which ones these guys are going to come up with more yellow. I'm going to add some more yellow to each one of these guys. I'm going to take a little bit of this phthalo green and blue and add some yellow to it. And let's see what happens. Ah, it's a cool, very cool green. Just a little too green. Not because it needs some red in it. These guys already have red built into them. Now I was hoping to see which one of these guys will start to line up. This one's pretty good, but it's a little bit on the warm side. This one is still warm too, but that's okay. A lot of times it's just a patch of color, and then sometimes you'll find it up here and you'll need it. These next ones should be a lot closer because they have just a cooler red in them. There we go. That's really close to what I need. This is really close. Just gonna have to use all my yellow though to do it, to get it. So that was phthalo green and alizarin with a lot of yellow in it. And this one over here, I just don't have any more yellow until I reach down in my bag. And look and see if I can find yellow off the image. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. See if that'll do me for the night. Add just a little more yellow to this. This is the phthalo green alizarin. On the Liz red side, that's on the green side. And that's pretty much these greens. You can see how this one, I'm probably going to go a little bit lighter too. Just a little lighter so they all match up. And I could just really create a lot of nice greens going in that. These guys can go up in the trees. There's a couple of these guys probably end up in the trees too. But these main darker ones probably end up there. This guy over here, definitely just a little bit warm. I mean, cool. So it's because it's just blue and yellow. But it's kind of nice. I want to have a few of these guys too, because they kind of set off the warmth in these guys. But I also need shadows. So I'm going to go up here and take these other blues, bring them down. This alizarin and blue. I'm going to have to remake these. I already did it. I did that, and I found it did not work. Right? Yes, I did. You really need to be on the blue side, not the alizarin side. Let me try this. Blue, yellow. I want to keep this on the blue side. What I'm looking at is a really dark, kind of cool blue. for the grass down there, for these shadows. So just have just a little bit of yellow in them. But it also has just a little bit of red in it. So I can use this in the front for these trees. And I mean for the shadows of this and for that. Only thing is I kind of lost my files back in here. So I'm gonna rebuild them real quick. Alizarin side and just the blue side. Okay. All right. So this is the guts of the painting. The rest of the stuff is going to be the lights. We need a lot of really bright lights, pinks, purples, warm yellows, and oranges, and some beiges. So basically, I'm going to use this.
Test green on the right, or that bluey green that you wanted to use for the shadow. How did that arrive? Yeah, that
This one?
Yeah.
That was just phthalo, the cobalt blue hue with alizarin in it on the blue side.
Right.
And just that coming down with yellow, no white in it.
Okay, yellow. All right, thank you.
Putting a little bit of yellow in it. Or I might have grabbed a little bit of white too. It might have came from this pot, a little bit of this pot, because that looks, I might have grabbed it. So just in case. Look at that. I mean, don't put any white in it, but if it doesn't turn out this value, then add some white. Basically, I'm going to take a lot of these blues and phthalo greens, take them down here. I'm going to make, definitely need this one, lizard, these blue and phthalo greens and alizarins and blues and purples. We need all those. We need a couple yellow ones. So what a lot of times I'll do, instead of using yellow, I'll just use some of the grass color. But I'll also use maybe some ochre ones. So I'll just take these, and one pink one. I need a pink one, so I'll take a alizarin and add that in here. One more. Oxide red, transparent oxide red. And I'm just going to add white to these guys. Bring them up to, that value is really pretty high. It's probably 2s and 3s. So I'm going to take them up to, let's go to 3. And then we can always add white to make them 2. Each pot, oops, oh, I got some phthalo green in there. Get that out of there now. Try it again. Doesn't look right. I was hoping this warmth here would oxide, transparent oxide with white would be, I could use that in these trees. So that's usually a nice thing. Then you got these other blues, blue greens. I want to get these, like I said, number 3s, get them up there, the 3 values. You can always take a grayscale from one of your old paintings or one of our old ones and put it, use the grayscale. It's going to be the same. I want to get this, yeah, see if value wise is starting to get right there. And that was phthalo green, or that was blue and green there. So this is, that was blue and yellow. I could have made that color. This one is blue and phthalo green. And if nothing else, where this color is going to end up being is in the sky, probably, and in the chair. So definitely around everything. And it's just, so I want to get some really good ones like this for that chair. So I have some blues in front, maybe purples in the back on the top or something. That's nice. So alizarin blue make a nice kind of like a periwinkle color. And I really like the turquoise values of the phthalo green and blue. And we got our purple. So we got all these, look at these beautiful pastel colors. Pretty much same value. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Trying not to too much paint in that. Too much white. Good little puddles. We'll be able to get the tree out of it. And here's some green. So let's see the yellows. I'm thinking about the warmer areas of this thing. And I can start to get them. Might need a little more yellow in it. I like to start with a little bit of green in it. I usually do have a, yellow white, but I'm going to try and do that with this ochre. That's a lot of ochre. I shouldn't have put that much out. It's a nice cream color. Maybe I can use that on this tree back here. Yeah. Use these two. This real warm and that kind of red one on that tree would be nice. All right. And the last one is this alizarin. That's going to give me a nice pink. There's always something might be able to use this for. That's a little strong. Don't need quite that much. Pink. Let's just use it down here. And just get it to the same, about the same value. Value will be good. Good to go. Oh, we got enough colors at least. I was thinking a couple of these brown ones up here might, with white in them, might end up being some of this land here too. So, said yellow brown ones. This is like alizarin and phthalo green with yellow in it. Kind of comes kind of a putty color. That one I thought was going to do it. Maybe not. Let me try this one. Anyway, no, not going to do it. That's too cool, but that might be able to use that somewhere else. Nice to have a nice green like that. All right. That's enough to go to battle with. Definitely enough to battle with. This color I like a lot. I think this one, if I just have just a touch of white to it. Not that much. Not that much. Not that much. Too much. I was looking at that for this piece of land back in here, though, and across the lake. And yeah, it's okay. This will work. Probably just gonna be a little greener, not by much. All right. Go through the colors and then we'll get going. Like I said, we might do a lot of paint, palette knife work on it at the end. We will see. We'll have some fun. Okay. All right, colors. Let's start off with phthalo green and alizarin. This is on the alizarin side, this is phthalo green side. We brought them down, lighten them up to like an 8, just by putting a little cad yellow light in each one. So you can see this is on the really, on the red side, you can see it just turns into brown, and this one becomes a nice green. This is oxide red, transparent oxide red with green, phthalo green. Bringing those down with yellow. And then bring them down, both these guys all down with yellow again to like values of not 2, but maybe 3 or 4s. Then we got this when we went to the blue side here with the alizarin in blue. This is on the alizarin side. This is the blue side. We just added white to them coming down here, and got a little dirt in there. Probably got a little bit of yellow in there for mine. Kind of dirtied it up a little bit too much. Color up. This is phthalo green and or blue and phthalo green. These two, definitely on the green side, on the blue side. I am just mixing up a little bit more of each, just because of I ran out. Definitely on the green side, a little bit on the blue side. Coming down with white, and then coming down with white again over here. I took a lot of these colors here, and these blues, brought them down here. I took the phthalo green. This one is oxide, transparent oxide with white. These came from over here and over here. So, and then the yellow came from over here, right here. And this one is ochre, the light ochre with white. And this is alizarin with white. Any questions? Oh, that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Okay, no question. That means we can just go right to work. Toning my canvas. A lot of green in it, you know, if I tone. And the green has to be, this is what I'm thinking about, always thinking about when I tone canvases. I know what the color is going to mix with some things, and it's going to end up dirtying up a few colors, like because you got greens and you got blues. A red's going to not do too much damage to the blue, but it's going to kill your greens. But so it's always going to go. So I'm going to go with kind of split it and go with a warm red. So I'll go with that. Over here, I'm going to start with the oxide red, transparent oxide red. I'm going to get out my safflower oil. Tone my canvas a little bit. I barely put any of this. I rub it in pretty good. Try not to get too slippery. So I'll be coming back in a second. Turn up everything. Let's get going. A lot of people here tonight. Good to see. All right, here I am again. Hi, folks. I turn this a little bit freaking. How close I can get in here. Anyway, how's that? Oh, that's really bad. Okay. There we go. So to tone it in and draw it in. Design was pretty good. I'm really kind of, kept everything at the 2/3 level, at least the water. So that's pretty simple. It's always a nice, simple thing. The chair's nice, set down here and out of the middle. So that's the thing. Make sure that chair's out of the middle. It's down in this quadrant, down in here with the tree above it. So when you do that, you'll be in good shape. This warm red should be okay with the green. Still be okay with the green. And it should be okay with the water. But I'm going to take a little easier on the water. I think the water, it's going to, in the sky here, it probably is not going to be the best thing for it. It might help, but then at the top I can put a little bit more color up there, the edge here, so some more of the tree showing through. One of the things I definitely want to watch is on this, the leaves on this tree, is making sure that they kind of have they get across the whole painting and stuff. They don't get just stuck up here in this one little spot in the, up here in the area, this area in the sky, that they have at least reaches that are going to cross the water, get to the water, and they're going to have other grasses and stuff like that reaching back up. I'll rub that in. Not too much in the middle, so it's going to keep a little light and a little bit more on top. All right. I'm going to draw it in pretty much, just work the chair in a little bit. Play good placement, you know, that's what I'm thinking about. You know, I think did all right here. I can draw this, you know, where the middle line is going to be about here. 2/3 tree coming down in a V, a little bit, making sure that, you know, it doesn't run too straight down, especially this one. I just want to make sure this one at least has some turn to it, and then this one too, coming down into the ground. Back there. Always nice to have a branch. You know, good clean branch come out of one. It breaks that big line there. Just a little bumps on these guys so they're not too straight. Look for those. Okay. Like I said, I can move those guys pretty easily. I'm not going to worry about placement. This is the harder thing, is putting in this chair, finding its place. You know, getting how far I want it down. I'm doing a 12 by 16 here, or 20 by 16 here. So looking for the height stuff. How high I want it. Bigger, you know, a big chair is not bad. I'll tell you, a big chair is probably a good way to go because it's a lot easier to paint. So,
Are you making this like a great big square and then in something? I don't know. Yeah, okay.
yeah, I was thinking about that, going, you know, the square and in the height. Basically, if you look at it, yeah, it's real close to square on the bottom. It's about the same height for the top of the chair. And then perspective wise on this chair, you know, if you had something right about here, you know, on your horizon line, and you use that, you know, right here, it's supposed to be good. That perspective point is going to be on the horizon line. So, so even if you're off drawing it, if you have everything going back to that one dot, all these any of these slats here, as long as they start here and they point directly at that dot, it'll be fine. You can be way off on this thing. You can turn this thing pretty much any way you want then for that amount of stuff. I'm going to move everything up. I'm getting a little too close here, so everything moves up a little closer. That's the thing. I'll keep moving up, moving it up, and it'll end up in the middle. Yeah, it won't, but best made plans. All right. Okay. So yeah, definitely he's out of the middle. This is the big post chair leg here. This is the arm that comes in and goes around to the back about here, and then this area here. Definitely. Even this, we'll go back to that dot. Back of the chair here, this little area here, will be pointing to that dot. Then the other little arm here. Okay. One of the things, if you get this arm here, you get the length, right? This is the length of this for the this front arm here. You get the length of that. You tell them exactly where you want it, right? It's going to be this right here. That points back to here, right? So you draw that line. And it also tells you where the other arm is on this side. Because it has to hit that same line. So all of a sudden your perspective is good, you're done. Everything's pretty simple after that. Everything's, as long as you can know that, and as you keep going, you'll be fine. And this doesn't have to go quite that. I can move it in a little bit, like I should. A little more vertical. It is. But it's good just to have those little things, done, figured out. Then the rest of this stuff kind of falls into place. Like I said. Just off center that turn. Back leg should follow up here. Tree that crosses around too much in the back, goes back here a little bit, stops a little sooner. Definitely want to see a little bit of that tree, the bottom of the tree right here. So it's, we get that shadow coming off it. Shadow just slightly angles that way. And there's just some grasses and rocks and little path here. And then the big shadow here coming. So really, the bigger the shadow, the funner it's going to be. So. I was going to clean this area up for myself, right? Remember what's what. It's because you got a lot of crossover things. But the nice thing is that, you know, you just a little bit of perspective on this, good perspective. Oh, that chair probably just a little, you could lean back just a hair more. Yeah. Make sure that this tree does not just run right into this chair wrong. Okay, so here go a little bit more angle. I can always make these guys longer. Okay. Yeah, background tree up here. You know, add another limb if you want with the trees. I'm not going to do too much work there. All right. I'm going to wipe those out one more time, just for myself, one more time, a little while. Yeah, much better. Yeah, this is going to have right here, this is going to have blue on it, and having that orange and blue is probably not a good idea because it will make it a little gray. So I'm going to try to pull that out too. Get a little bit more out of that. So when I do it, it will go in clean. The whites are fine. They have a lot of, warmth in them. Most of them do. So it should be fine. Okay. So got this, got a little path, got a couple of stops. Basically, I want to use some of these bushes here. When I do this coming around here, definitely want a few of these bushes that line or something, a stick or something to come up just to break that line, keep that line soft. There's a nice little gray there. Gray from the island, other land on the other side. So there we go. Kind of start putting in color. Like I said, a lot of this, hopefully, gonna have some fun down in here. I'm gonna make sure I have some greens, some palette knife work added in here. Okay, so phthalo green and alizarin. Gonna go start with the green side, and I'm gonna put it in at this bottom area. You know, put it in a few places. You know, closer to these white area legs here, and just a little bit. No, I'm just gonna keep it here. I want to keep that. I think that the shadow, the big shadow, the one that passes here, definitely want to put a lot of purple in that. Think that's what I'm thinking. Put a little purple into it. A little angle here. These two here falling up. Okay. I'm just gonna run this out of my brush here, see how light that is. It's not very strong at all. That's what I'm just gonna run right out of my brush to get that out of here. I can use it to just to help figure out these. Get some of those greens in the wrong way. the chair won't be a real problem, but just always trying to take care of it. Okay. So I'm gonna put a little more alizarin, I think, though, in some of this grass down in here. I just want to see a little bit of red, phthalo green, and alizarin here, and smush it in there. So it's just get a little tinge of red in here because I got a lot of green here. Some strong spots. Let's do that. All right. Warmer greens. I'm at these are the oxide, transparent oxide and phthalo greens. Yeah, I was thinking more up top here. A little bit into here. I probably should put some more alizarin and stuff up here too. I should probably move a little bit of both. But I'm gonna put this at the very top. Just a little bit of that. Then I'm going to break it up with the sky as I come in. But I also want to go back, like I said, go back to the alizarin and phthalo green and work that in here a little bit too. I didn't put it up here, but I should put a few spots up here I can see in the middle here, and then into this where this tree starts to go here. Should look a little closer on that tree. Probably find that it's probably a few more limbs and stuff coming out of it. I'll get to it. But those are easy to put in. Just getting these basics in. Don't want to go too far down because of basically it's going to make all my colors dirty. So it's always, how far you bring it down. Okay. So this quick blocking is, let's see, we went through the greens. That's my greens right there. I've probably got another one here I can warm it up with. Don't really need it right now, though. I'd rather get into the blues and purples. So alizarin and blue here. And see about putting in the shadow here. I'm going to start off with a little more alizarin in here. Green I'm going to be putting in on the back side here. Come in here and marry everything together. So definitely, again, point these things back to your vanishing point. I'm going to start off a little purple, blue purple, red purple, and then I'm going to go right to blue purple. Basically blue. Just a little bit of purple in it. Just to get the strength in that color. Think about getting it again, taking that color and using it into these little areas here, bringing a little bit of that same alizarin and blue into the wall, into this the grass. Get it in there now. Definitely on the back one here. Let's see this tree here. Shadow. Definitely like to get that in cleanly. Got to move that tree just a little bit more. All right. Yeah. One of the things too I'm going to do is just add a couple of shadows from the outside coming back in here, digging in here as little pointers. I got one up here really making it something in here And using that purple there up here too. It's gonna be really pretty in the up here. You've got a lot of greens going in here. So I'm gonna put in a few spots, maybe just a little bit lower into the sky, where I'm gonna be putting more leaves on trees. But just turning a little bit of blue, more blue, the very edges of this tree here. It gets down here, thing over here. You can start to see. Give me a little bit of distance, a little bit. Okay, those blues and purples are a little funky. It's okay. So that's that. Now I'm just going to dive right into the water. I'm going to get pretty much the rest, get the rest of this blocked in really quickly. And then we could spend more time on the chair, which is probably going to take a little bit of futzing with. So let's start off. I'm going to still go with the Liz blue and a little phthalo green. I'm going to start from the farther back. Let's start back in here. So this is just more on the blue side. That's pretty much straight. It's pretty dark. So I'm going to keep it, and then I'm going to lighten it up. Let's bring it down a little bit, about halfway. Almost like I'm going to do basically with the sky. The sky, I'm going to work from the horizon upward, because we already got these trees up here. And if I do the same thing as I'm doing here in the water, start dark and work light, I'm going to pull all that dark down. It just end up being a dirty sky. Dirty skies are no good. So bring it down and then just working the sky up. I'm bringing it down. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of to the phthalo green side into this area here. So it just gets a little greener. Maybe just a touch more green in that. That green will help bring it forward. And I'm still going to lighten up, put a little bit of more white into this area here. Back in here, just not that much. Just keep one roll on, turn, clean it all up. And I'll lighten it up, and that'll give it just enough contrast. There is that piece of land back in here. Put that into it just a little. Basically, right here is blue and just a little bit of yellow in it. And this is probably, as you can see, it's almost too. That's too. Forget it. It's too green, too dark. I'll lighten it up. Stop there. Okay. Gonna work on the sky now. We're gonna finish up going up in the sky. So I'm going to start off my lightest color at the edge of the thing, which is probably down here at the one of the colors we made at the end. It's a alizarin, phthalo green, and sorry, phthalo green and blue, really on the green side. And we'll start with that at the bottom here. And work it up a little bit, maybe get cooler. This is a pretty, right here, this is a pretty big hole here, so we don't have to go think about too much of a change, dark and light, like we usually do on the sky holes. So this is where that land is, right back in here. I just kind of want a little bit dark. I just want to get that line really in there real clean. I can lighten the land after I get this done. But right now I'm just trying to get my brush nice and clean. You see how these colors going clean, because it's going to dirty up really quickly. And so this paint probably won't be very good very long. This is going to start picking up a lot of crap from up here, the greens and stuff. So everything is going to be going up. Now I'm going to go a little bit darker. So I'm going to come back to my blue tone. This is like we said, number 6 value of the sky. And I'm going to go right above where I put that stuff in. That's almost just a hair too dark. And it's just a little bit more white to it. Just a touch more. Maybe just a touch more than the 2. Touch, 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 touch. There we go. Get a little bit of that off my brush. So when I take it up, I'm just going to hit whenever I start to hit any of these colors up here drifting down. That's where I'm going to stop my brush and just flick it up. Just let it make all my marks for me. And I'll come back and break do some sky holes, things like that, and then do some reverse things. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, getting it dirty. So as soon as that happens, stop. Don't keep going. Clean your brush. Wipe your brush out. Grab more fresh paint. Take it up. You keep it clean. It will speed things up. I know it feels like you just keep going with this, it'll be fine. You can come back and fix it. It doesn't really happen. It just makes things dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. So you stop, clean your brush. All right. That's working out. See, I've got my tones in there. I can couple strokes and you should be able to blend these two together. I go back with the very bottom color again and just run it across here a little bit. And you get a nice quick gradation without too much work. And the same thing on the bottom, I'm going to run some just of that same color I just put in. This is the light color I was putting in right here, you know, at the bottom. I'm going to run one line across right where I have this, put this land across the sea. I want to put one little line right at the edge of the horizon. Light. And then maybe come back here. Lay my brush down and just draw it across here. And let it come out. If that was a bristle brush, it probably would have given me the better effect. But right now, I'm just kind of, it's not going to make that big a difference. I got so many things going that are going to come over this color right here. That should be fine. Yes. Just want to break that up one more time. Like I said, bristle brush would have done it right. This is a bristle brush. Done that, I would have got the streaks I want. And I can break this up to just soften this blue line here. Blue line. Just a hair dark. Couple line runs through it. Oh, still a little dark. Light it up one more time. All right, yeah, it's a little dark. It's too light. In between, that one should be just right. Strokes, okay. This is just a little bit too much. Okay. All right, so I got this. I'm going to keep going now. Clean. This is too much. Too much. Too many strokes. I'm going to work on the warmth. Go back here and start bringing in the warmth now. I got pretty much the cools done. What I'm thinking about now, this is the tree here, and putting in some of the warmer colors in that. So that would be the second tier colors from these. This is a fact. Pale green and the alizarin with the yellow in it, you know, and putting it on the back side of this thing a little bit to try to get some warmth in here. But I also need to get some cools in here too. So that's going to be, you know, a quick switch. From warm to cool. We're just trying to get a little bit coolness into here. And that coolness, you probably, I guess it's probably reflected from the sky. So we're going to have to put a little bit of blue into this now. On the edge in the middle of this thing. Right about there. So that'll help turn the form too of the tree. Use it up top here, really good up here in these, you know, extra little limbs and things you want to put in. Okay. We're going to leave that there. And still got to put some other stuff in there. All right. I'm going to start getting in some of these other greens in here now. Definitely some of these, the darker ones underneath. Because if I lay that lime green kind of right on top here. It's just going to die. It's going to be flat. It's not going to have any life to it. You don't have color underneath coming through. Usually doesn't work out. So even on here, when we do get these areas over here by the lake, you know, I'm gonna make sure I get some things here. This is again alizarin and yellow. Just got that warmth in it, that red, the red in it, and kind of a off greenness to it. Really fits well at the bottom of plants and things. So here, it's not even really has to be that heavy of color. You know, it's pretty thin. I'm keeping it pretty thin here. Right there, top of my chair getting all green. Get that out of there. Then we're going to work that back in, coming around. This color here I'm using here is oxide red and phthalo green. It's on the oxide red side. I think it'd be kind of rich here. And then I'm going to probably have to erase out a few spots here. Looks like I lost a couple bars here on these things. Getting a little heavy too. That's getting heavy. I'm going to cool it off to the cooler side as I come forward, I think. Set right in here. Yeah. I got this going. Okay, now I'm going to take care of this purple here a little bit. I put in here. Remember how
Jim.
strong? Yeah.
In the picture that you are painting, which is different than what we're looking at.
No, it's not.
Well, we're trying to paint that water where we're looking at grasses. Does the water come straight up to the track, or is there grass after the water before the track? There were a couple little bits, weren't there?
Yeah, there's just just the little things. Basically, if you took this little section here,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what I did. That's all I did is put that in, I'm putting that in right here. So I'm going to put the track in.
Got it.
Right. Oh, why am I not? Where is that? Don't have it out. There it is. In the bag. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll come in probably right in here. Yeah, I'll go back. There. It's really thin, the track, you know, it's not like a big thing. So I'm not gonna, I can clean that off later, which would be a great little thing to do to get these poles and stuff back in, for I don't use too much paint. Trying to get them in nice. I'd rather not have to paint around them too much. I don't mind going and get painting around this because it's a big section. You know, I can do that pretty easy. Little things like that. I'd rather not. Okay, just gonna get some funky colors in here. Maybe some reds. More red. My greens here. Where it doesn't get too boring. Because a lot of the color that's going to go over here is going to pull all these things, those light greens been made up. They're going to kind of come in here and pull everything together. But I like to have some fun kind of reds and purples like at this in here for me to go over. So it doesn't look, you know, so it's has a good attitude to it. A little funness. Some color. Thing is just like I'm doing now, just putting it in really quickly, lightly, not trying to blend. I'm just putting them in and not letting them blend. You let them blend, you're going to get mud. You put them in gesturally, you'll be fine. Same thing up here, getting some reds into this top of these trees here. Be nice. This is just, I just put cad red into a little bit of my failed one of my greens here. Yeah, cad red. Okay. And that's gonna come back into this warmer side of this tree here a little bit. Might be a little bit strong right now, which is good. But I just don't want the white to be too bright, so this will help kill it down. Also, you know, just you know, you paint thick enough, it's really easy to do this stuff because you got a lot of paint to play with. You can always move things around a lot easier with a lot of paint than you can with that painting with a little bit of paint. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to putting these guys in. Definitely, they're nice. I mean, it's a little warm, but I like it. Okay, finding a few more warmer spots down in here with that cad red mixed in with the green. So it's kind of a red brown mix. Okay. Let's use this bristle to soften that up. Okay. I'm set. I could go with the green right now and start on it. But it's one of those colors I want to put in at the end too. I want to use it to get the final shape of things. So instead of going with that, I'm going to paint the chair. Start working on the chair. So I will come back in with this little eraser now and think about pulling out some of these things here. Get this. I'm going to tip it up just a hair too. A little higher, a little up. All right, I'm gonna go with the blue first. Start basically do the same thing as I always do. It's just trying to get the structure in first. I don't have to worry about the line, so I'm gonna go with like a synthetic. New one, nice and clean. Might go a little bit darker. Let's try this blue. This is a little phthalo blue, and a little bit of phthalo and white. Pretty dark. Yeah, that's a little too dark. You know, because I used it on the water. Yes, I hear dark. So that's just the light ones I have down here for the sky. It's just a little too light. So I'm just going to come back and just mix the two together a little bit and get a in between tone here. I got to get rid of that. That's still not any. I keep adding paint to it. It's gonna. That will be one spot in the paint and up there. It won't come out. All right. Let's see how this does. Well, it's still a little dark. I think I'm gonna. Oh yes. Yeah, this is right. So I'm going to go start on this thing, and I'm going to work blue to purple. Blue on this side of this arc of this thing, I can get to the middle of it up here. Then it's going to be. I'm going to switch and add a little bit more. Go to a little bit more purplish color. I'm going to get over here. A little bit more red than that. More pink into it, basically a little more alizarin into the color. Yeah, this is closer. Just a little bit too much in between. In between. Yeah. There we go. Now I'll use the highlights to clean everything up. So basically, I'll get these two tones to work better. Why I put alizarin on this side, I wanted just it to come forward just a little bit more. That one a little bit less. Working back and forth a little bit. And same back underneath. Same little. Won't matter quite as much here. That big section it does. Definitely I can just stay with the alizarin or the blue and phthalo green. I'm gonna just go basic, keep it really simple for now, and then probably come back in and really kind of jazz it up with a little bit cleaner, lighter colors of maybe more green, white in the colors, pinks in the colors. Yeah, so you can see this is where a good synthetic will really do the job. I'm gonna go back to the color I used up here a little bit for this turn here. Oops, not quite that one. I went a little bit. Oops, there it is. A little dark again. Look at anything else here. Probably gonna find it a lot of blue in the shadows. might go. That can be darker. This is that, just that slash of phthalo. Green kind of shadow here, right here. There we go. Use it here at the edge too, I think. Okay. This is alizarin in blue, mostly blue, just a little bit of alizarin in it. You know, on this side of the chair, you know, it will really bring that chair around if you have that color in there, because that will it's a little darker than everything else. It will also just bring it forward, that contrast. Let's see. More pink in this. These slats back in here are the chair here. Got just a little more pink value showing through them. And going around here, definitely I'll put a little more pink on the top edge here. And then I'm going to lighten it up. I want to get that pink in there. Maybe not a little bit, just a little bit lighter on the back edge here. Just, you know, since I have blue and stuff like that in my brush, you know, I'm on the cool colors. I'm trying not to jump around and go get yellow in my brush real quick, because as soon as you get yellow in your brush, you pretty much can't go back to your blue colors again for a while until you clean it out. Just because it's gonna gray everything out. So I'm looking on these edges of the wood here, getting the cool, a lot of cool, nice cools going through here, and shadows coming through here. So keeping those guys really cool with the blues and purples. And I went pretty strong with that. This guy probably a little wider. Okay. Just a little bit darker here. Just trying to get everything set for these next few colors and stuff. So I'm just trying to not to have to come back to things too much. I'll get over it and I go, hey, everything's crooked still. But it looks, correct from my side. Maybe I go a little bit darker on a couple of these. I think the white will make a little bit more contrast in this. Will, but maybe not enough. That feels better. Okay. Looks good. This looks here. Looking at the shadows this thing's causing too. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Go with a little bit more pinks. I think I got this arm's way too wide. Start bringing in some of the warmths now. I'm going to start off with these alizarin and whites in these arms. And then work towards the yellows. And then their oranges. Okay, I'm gonna go over this. This is what I was thinking was going to go on the tree too. So that's a lot of color. Same things. Going into that birch tree. This is just the color I'm using now is transparent oxide red and white. And you see, I'm just basically dabbing it in there because I want the stripes. Oh, finally, I want stripes in my work. And that's just for a little help make the birch pretty quickly. Okay, now I got a little bit of warmth in this brush. Clean out a little bit. Now I can go and bring some of that same birch color, the color I was putting there, start to bring it into here in the legs. Can't even tell, but that's about right. This warmth is going to go in this front area here. So if I put it on the front edge right next to and keeps it cool on behind it, the warmth is going to come at me. Push the other one back. So right here, this is where I'm putting the backside red and white right on that edge. Oh, here am I going to do anything? Again, I got it there. It's not bad. For that. A little more light here. I'm going to erase out the lines here a little bit. I gotta go into a little more orange yellow. You putting some of that grass green right now. I put that pink in. Now I'm putting a little grass green, white, back into that white. And I put it also on the back edge here. That'll be good. Okay. Right enough. That yellow white again. This is where I was thinking of the final little color for the birch here. How bright as it's going to get at least. So a little more yellow, maybe some orange, cat orange. Add it to a yellow, get a little bit more richness. Just a some cad yellow, probably just gonna have to fight it. Put some cad yellow and orange together. Yeah, cad yellow, orange together. On this back edge here, we get a lot of light showing through here. Comes through a few other places to use that. Ooh. Purple and green in there. So this got just a little too light. Needs a little, I mean, it's white, but it needs a little more color put into it. Oh, like old pink and yellow next together. Turn this leg down, that one up a little bit. Here we go. Looks a little glowing. It's starting to glow. Okay. About it for that part. And I'm just now all I gotta do. All I gotta do is the rest. Now, I'm gonna start putting in the greens now. As soon as I put in these greens, everything should fall apart, and I start putting in these guys, these edges and highlights and stuff, but it might be a little bit too soon for them. Got a little more pink. I think this is a little more pink than it's coming through. It might even be a oxide red, instead of a red cool pink, too cool pink. Let me try this. I hate that. Send you guys away with the wrong color. So this is just a little bit more Terra Rosa mixed in, red wise. Okay, not that much difference. A lot of the stuff's going to come through at the end with the knife on this. All right. Red. There we go. It's starting to settle down. Just going to take this, move this path to a little bit more behind this guy, but too much there. Okay. All right. Nice synthetic here. I'm just going to put in, make sure I have enough blue sky, phthalo green and blue sky, just a little bit of white. And I put in a few of these sky holes in here. You put the sky holes in, and then you can come back and put some leaves in. What I'm going to do is use these sky holes to design the tree out, to, tell you where the edges of the tree are with the edge of the hole. What's going on up there. Just a few of them. Move them around a little bit. Just catching the edge of the tree with one or stuff like that. here. Try not to make them all exactly the same size. That wouldn't be right, so gotta have couple little ones, big ones. Almost like stained glass. Then you come back and you put the leaves in, and you should be pretty close, pretty fast. Bring in some of the sky back into this edge of the tree. Let's get a little coolness into it, and then just try to soften out that midline here a little bit by touching it. Break it up a little bit. And it's very painterly. That's the whole thing. It's trying to be very painterly. Okay. We're gonna leave that alone. That's starting to work up here. Probably gonna, if I probably should have used the bristle brush, probably would have been perfect for that. Should have been perfect for it. Too bad. Too bad. Okay. We're doing well. Time-wise, right there. Get rid of that one a little bit. Push it back a little bit. Instead, I'm going to bring a couple leaves down into this area. I can don't want to start right there with those. All right. Sure, got the water coming through here, right? Now a little bit, push these guys together. There we go. All of a sudden, you start getting rid of those lines, and it starts to take shape. I can start to see it. Okay. Well, let's see. I was thinking about putting in this green bottom and stuff. The big old bristle brush. I will start it with that, and maybe come back in with probably come back in with some knife at the end. And I'm looking at the paint mounts of paint I have here. Definitely not going to get me very far. No. Just want to get right up that edge, touch that edge, bring it out and touch it, move it. But don't have like line going across around this thing much. And even when I'm doing this part, definitely I'm trying not to just blend. Because I blend, I will get mud. Because I'm using red and green together, purples and blues. And so I'm putting the paint down and moving it, just leaving it. That second or third movement, your brush in the same spot, definitely that's just gonna make mud. This is my brightest color right here, yellow, orange, green. And what I'm trying to do is just find these spots that kind of come up above the other ones. A little bit more, pick out a few of those, make sure I can top a few areas. Brush gets dirty like that, then it's perfect for making these inside moves. I'm almost laying my brush flat down and turning it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I'm starting to get there. Back to a synthetic for some upper leaves and things like that. And then some tightening up on the front end. So you should be getting really pretty quick now. Let me try. Not quite enough light,
So what size brush for these leaves?
Right
Let's-
here, this is like a 2,
Okay.
4. No, that's a 4. That's a 4. And just for this, these last,
Light ones.
yeah, just these little leaves, and then maybe they'll help me do a couple straighten ups. I think I'm going to use my knife, for the lines, basic lines, and then touch them. Add some more yellow to it right in here. A couple of these leaves. And then that's about it there. I don't want to do too many. As I come down, I can do these same leaves. I can go in a darker, almost purple blue. I think I can probably come down in here. So alizarin and yeah. Also use those for a couple of stripes on the shadow side. Birch. Then go back to some of these warmer, darker greens for some of the plant foliage and stuff down in here next to the lake. Very soft. They soften it up a little bit. Put that shadow in a little bit bluer. Here, maybe this is here too light. There we go. Okay. Fun stuff. Let me see if I can put some stuff in my knife here and see how that works. I can build a little bit more paint, I think, though. Yellow. more yellow, just a touch of orange into it probably. Cat yellow popping it. All right. Got some good strokes in there, so just a few painterly pushes with the knife like that. But you just can pull these couple of these strokes together back in here and not just go too crazy. And then I'll just put in the lines on the book. The chair, we should be set. Need a couple places where you got some real paint, kind of just going over, mixing, making these darks pop a little bit. That will just really bring this the grass in front here, right in here, pop it, come flatten it out a little bit so it comes at us a little bit better. Sure, you got a couple that get in these shadows, a couple little spots. Okay. So I just always just scrape my tip of my knife a little bit. There you go. Let's see. A little bit more work on this side, not as far. Make sure that intensive yellow in the green here stays down in here, doesn't get too far back in here. There are some places to take it, but sure most of it's down in here though. That will help bring this thing, everything forward. All right. I'm gonna just put in the last of these little details. Yeah, I got a lot of leaves to put up here, but that's basically how I'm gonna put them up. At one point, you're gonna come up and you're gonna say, I just overdid it. Because you did one too many leaves. That's just the way it goes. Push and push and pull, push and pull. Then find it a few little edges of branches coming out, you know, little lines. That's all I do. Okay, the last thing is just these highlights on the edges of the going down in here, separating them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. I'm just adding just a little of that yellow ochre, a little pink into it, white, and let's see if this is going to be it. That's not like a. I'm just going to run a line here from like that. And let's see if it does it. It's good, good enough. I'll wipe my brush, my knife, grab new fresh paint. On the next line. I came really close to the right spot. Close enough. Wipe off that blue, grab more paint. Maybe more on the pink side. on that last new line. There. Now everything else. These last lines I'm gonna go just pink on. And they are just gonna be like half lines. Pink and white. Just white. Just like that. And I'm gonna go around and look at putting in just a little stronger highlights here and there on the chair. White and yellow, kind of basically my final little highlights would be cad yellow and white. Like that area, you can just see all of a sudden, boom, sets it straight. There's a few spots here, there are a few lines here that I can put it on. Okay, need to get that better. Okay. Now I'm going to put in these lines in the what do I call that, the seat. Definitely I'm putting a little more red, purple, a little cat red mixed in with lizard. Just get it a little bit warmer. Again, if I can point this to the right spot, I'll be fine. First one and then second one right underneath it. One more right above it. Just that. Okay. Anything else? You know, there's some board that goes shadow goes through here. Just push these guys together and make the shadow. Good enough. Last little things are always going to be a lot of nice little things like grasses in here, in these areas here. Just do a couple of lines here, there and there. That'll be it. Okay, how we doing time wise? Oh, we are there. So I'm going to bring this in, and you guys can take a look. Little teeny things. There also going to be a little bit of need to put some air and stuff like that in here. Here we go. So this is the chair. A lot of blues and purples and pinks in there. Probably just in greens. yellows that come forward. They are mostly on this side of of it. Highlights and things. A little bit warmer pinks. Probably this pinks might be a little dirty, but not too bad. Tree behind it, not too bad. Oh, sorry. Nope, as high as I can go right now. All right. So I'll take a picture of it and we'll get there. Let's see. Did anybody paint? Who wants to show? Kim wants to show. Right off the bat, Kim's up there.
Yeah.
Colleen's up there. Good job. There's two. We got a few more people. Let's go to Kim right off the bat. Good job, Kim.
Wait, I didn't do it yet. Hang on, I gotta turn it for you.
Okay, let me change this too. I just kind of messed this up. I want to give you the full spotlight. There you go. Whoa, nice.
Beautiful.
Good. I like the angle of the tree limbs coming in there, going to that direction up there. Good water. Wow, that has a lot of nice effect to it. Okay. I would say the leg on the front probably could go back a little bit farther. It could be a little bit would
it's
help a little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
But that's the easy thing. That's easy. Maybe just a little stronger greens and brighter greens in the grasses too. Like that one spot you got going. A little few more of those. Not too much. You know, you don't have to. You can sneak up on it, and then get a few more greens, different greens in the tree tops of the leaves. And you know, what do you want for an hour, right?
Right. Great.
Great tree. I love the lean of your tree. Your tree has a lot of real nice characteristics of a birch. You know, I like that a lot. And yeah, just keep working on the chair a little bit more. You know, bring the highlights in a little stronger on the arms, on the top of the arms. I think that'll help. You know, really clean it up. And yeah, that's beautiful. Really great start. Really, really, really tremendous. Congrats.
Thank you.
You happy with it so far?
I'm happy with everything apart from the leaves, which is always the thing I hate. Because like you said, I'll put in too many, you watch.
Oh, that's the thing. Put in too few, you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
Hey,
All
thank
right.
you.
No worries. Let's go to Colleen. Colleen, how you doing? Nice ear. How you doing? Oh, can't hear her. She's muted herself. Colleen, are you a mute? Kathleen.
Oh,
Kathleen.
I'm here.
Sorry,
I just gotta.
I'm sorry, I was calling you Colleen. Anyway, so I understand. No wonder she
Oh.
didn't even look at me.
So you're talking to me.
I'm talking to Kathleen. I'm sorry. I kept saying
Oh,
Colleen.
that's okay.
Sorry. I didn't realize. Oh, nice.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kinda
No,
rough.
I love
My
that.
finger in the way again. Yeah.
Just a little bit, but not bad. Good birch. Really good
Oh.
birch. I love the way you made that come down in the middle and broke that up. That's really good on the top of the tree. That's
Oh,
real beautiful
Thanks.
thing there. Good darks. Your darks are working so well, pushing that chair into our face. The nice shadows, well placed, dark, strong.
well, thank you. It's
Good
got a long
thing.
ways to go, but it's
No, I
loosened
don't
me
think
up
so.
a lot.
I don't think you're pretty close. You're getting there pretty quickly. You know, you're going to find that a lot of those pinks you put in there will go away with the next couple strokes of other colors in there,
Okay.
and you won't even notice them. I like the way you're even putting in your grass. The grass looks nice and kind of a little clumpy and a little wild.
Yeah.
And that's gesturing, and then you balance that with the cleanliness of the water you put in, and it just settles down. And that's what you're looking for, is getting you things that be wild and be natural, and be and then a little bit of
painterly.
kindness.
Right.
Yes, and it makes the painterly stuff stand out. If you painterly everything, a lot of times you're gonna find it all just becomes mush.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
having
well-
you got to have some quiet, clean areas, so everything else has something to balance
Bounce
it.
off of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
Really
work on the
good.
chair needs a lot, but
Yeah, the chair needs a lot, just a little more greens here and there, and lighter greens, and then yeah, I don't even how much leaves you need to put in because I like the way you kind of draped
Okay.
it down there. That
All
was
right.
that just does a lot of that for you. Has a lot of life to it. Congrats.
thank you.
Good job.
Well, it's a
Great
great
start.
lesson. Thanks, James.
Oh yes, always a great lesson.
It
Okay,
is.
Carol
Yeah?
Olson's up here.
Let's see.
Hey, somebody, you other people, get your stuff up. Hey, Carol.
Hi, let me see. Let me move this. I'm gonna put this back on here. One sec. 1 minute. Thought I could do it that way, but I think. Can you see that?
You got your finger in the way.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wouldn't you know it?
I love these. This is the funnest part of this show. We just do it. This is having people try to show their stuff. Oh,
this way?
because
Wait a minute.
you guys saw
Here,
how
don't
much
get
trouble
dizzy.
I had doing mine. Okay, there you go, Carol. We're coming in on it. We're zooming in. We're landing on the moon.
Yeah, I wish. Well, I don't know why I'm not getting this right tonight, but I'm not. I'm just
You're a
Here.
little close, it
Wait,
seems
let me-
like. You're,
wait a sec. Here,
hey, there we go.
this light. That'll help. There we go.
Ah, Carol, nice job. Nice design. Nice design.
See?
I like the way you go, you go a little bit bigger and you go in there nicely. Good
Yeah.
design, good
Yeah, thank
water
you.
back there. I would say, look for a little bit more warmth in there. You got a lot of nice cools already now.
Yeah.
I think the back of the chair could go a little stronger.
Yeah, I'm
darker.
still working on the chair. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I would say definitely get the right value on that chair back.
Okay.
Before you put the lines in, it will save you a lot of gumption there.
I'll do that.
But the tree is fun. It's funky and fun.
Yeah, I like the tree. The tree came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
I like the way. Yeah, it feels real good there, and I like the way it's. You got some of the colors of the tree working into the chair too. So
Yeah.
that kind of keeps them together. All
All
right,
right. Thank you.
keep working on it.
I will.
Finish it up.
I will do that.
All right. Who else painted? Anybody else paint? Sharon, you paint? You guys, come on, folks. Everybody ran. Everybody turned this in. Monica didn't paint. Chris, I know Jane
That's-
didn't paint. Jane's just a watcher. She won't paint this.
There we go. That's fine.
All right.
That's
Sharon.
better.
Okay. I gave you guys a chance. Sharon will probably do what she usually does, take a picture of hers and put it up there anyway, and be up there before I can even turn on the computer. Okay. Next week, that'll be it then. I think I got everybody else. Okay. Next week we'll be doing something else. I'm not sure exactly what. If you guys have any ideas, go ahead and spill them. But if not, I got some pretty cool ones yet in my library. So
You always got something up your sleeve.
I'm gonna pull out an award winner for us all to paint, maybe. Okay, something that'll just like take his blow up the internet, right?
That would be great.
All right. I will look and see what I have. It might be a little tougher this was pretty good. This wasn't too tough, but you know, it had a lot of there's a lot of fun things going on in it. So I think it, you know, finish it off and put it up on the site, and we'll give you some more comments and everything. So, all right, guys,
Sounds good.
that's it. That's it. Yeah, we'll see you guys all next week, same time, same bat channel.
Boy, you even paint good after a busy weekend and you're tired.
I tell you, the thing when I do workshops is I paint a couple demos, and that's it. I mean, the rest of the time I'm, you know, going from student to student, turn around and go back, student to student, come back around, and
Yeah.
it's over, and we're all passed out.
So you're
So-
ready to paint again then.
Yeah, I had all day. You know, for me, it, you know, it's just fun to paint. So
Thanks. It was a great
not a
lesson.
big deal. All right, thanks, Colleen.
Thank you.
Kathleen.
It's
Oh my
okay.
God,
I do
no
that
wonder
to
you did-
people.
I mean, oh, geez,
I do
that
have a
all the
cousin
time.
named Colleen, so
Oh,
You must
Yeah,
have had
which-
a in your workshop this weekend.
yeah, I'm sure I did. Yeah.
Whoop.
Anyway,
Good
Um,
night.
night, guys. Have a
Thank
good week.
you.
All right.